Isn't it fascinating how the world unfolds in layers, much like peeling an onion or walking down a winding staircase? Each step reveals a deeper truth. You might think of something big, like a car, and yet, when you lean closer, you notice the intricate details, the steering wheel, the tires, the type of car itself. Isn't it curious how you can zoom in and see so much more? And the more you notice, the more you realize how much you missed before. When someone says, saying mean things makes you a mean person, seems simple, doesn't it? Yet, have you stopped and wondered, mean things, what specifically, mean to whom? How exactly does saying something mean define an entire person? It's like calling a tree ugly because of one gnarled branch, when the whole tree stands tall, alive and thriving. And maybe, just maybe, as you begin to see those gnarled branches, you realize they're part of what makes the tree beautiful. Or take the belief, if it's too fast, it won't last. It's easy to nod along, isn't it? Then again, how fast is too fast? Think about it. When you fall in love, how quickly does it happen? A glance, a smile, a spark. And yet the feeling can last a lifetime. Perhaps it's not about speed at all, but the quality of connection. So, how slow should it be? What are some changes, even those that happen in an instant, ripple out forever? It won't last means it's not worth doing. Really? Imagine a sunset. It lasts for a moment, doesn't it? And yet, how deeply does it move you? A kind word, a fleeting touch, so short, so powerful, so unforgettable. Who's to say what doesn't last isn't worth everything? And then the idea cancer causes death. A heavy belief, isn't it? But let's step closer. Which cancer specifically? How exactly? Isn't it true cancer survivors, they walk among us, living proof of resilience? Perhaps it's not cancer itself, but something else entirely. And dying, how specifically does it happen? Slowly? Quickly? Or is it life itself, fleeting and precious? Doesn't that make us feel the weight of the belief? And what about being late means you don't care about me? Late? Such a small word. What does it really mean? 5 minutes? 10 minutes? An hour? And don't care. How do we measure care? Isn't it possible that someone runs late and was in fact thinking of you the whole time? Maybe they were caught in traffic because they stopped to pick up flowers, a gift, simply a thought that they couldn't wait to share with you. Could lateness in some way mean the opposite? Now consider this. Nuclear arms, they cause strength, protection and safety. At first glance it feels like a fortress, doesn't it? But then you wonder, how? Which arms specifically? Bombs? Missiles? And how do they protect us? Have you ever seen a fence so tall it casts shadows inside the very house it was built to protect? Perhaps true safety comes not from the walls but from bridges, not from arms but from open hands. As you think about all these beliefs, so simple on the surface, so complex underneath, you begin to notice how every statement is like a doorway. Step through and you find questions that open minds, that shift perspectives, that create change. Isn't it wonderful to know, as you explore, as you peel back those layers, you're learning to see the world, not as it was handed to you, but as it truly is. Because the more you notice, the more you understand. The more you understand, the more you grow. And isn't that what life is all about?